My wife's actually got us some tickets, me and my son, to go and watch the new film with Prince Nazim in it. I think it's called The Giant. So quite a fan of boxing. I'm not really into football really at all. I can watch the World Cup, but boxing is more my sort of sport that I'd like to watch. And so yeah, I'm excited to watch that with my son. We need to get some munchies for the cinema, but it should be good. I think it'll be an interesting film, and I think if I'm correct, I think it's directed by Sylvester Stallone. So it should be a decent film, just an interesting point to see the life of Prince Nazim. Do I like him as a person? Not really. But he really was talented at what he did in the boxing world. So he's quite a talented fighter, if you've heard of him. I think he did at least 35 unbeaten fights before he lost to Barrera, that Mexican fighter. I think he's Mexican. But yeah, that's the plan today. And I've just got a few things to take care of, and so I wanted to get this video done while I'm out for a walk so that I can schedule it into this week and yeah, just take that pressure off making videos and getting complaints. But I hope you're well. Hope you've got a nice weekend planned. Let me know what the weather's like in your area. Like I said, we did have forecast of a storm. Was it Storm Goretta or something? But didn't really land here. I think it's mostly down south, Cornwall and some parts of Ireland, something like that. But seem to have missed us, which isn't a bad thing. We have had some snow, but not too much. It hasn't stuck. I don't know about you, but it's a constant battle with me when it comes to YouTube. Creating these sort of videos, it's a constant battle between family, spending time with family, especially my teenage son, and just being on my phone trying to edit these videos. Let me know in the comment section if you're in a similar situation, that your family is crying out for attention, and you're just trying to put as much as you can into these videos, into making videos. It's just a constant battle. I think you have to learn how to juggle with life. Obviously, I'm in a good position in a way that I do have the time, so I just like to spend as much time as I can just making these videos for you. I'm just trying not to slip on the ice. It's quite icy, which is a good thing. It means there's not much mud around, so I'm not going to get dirty. Just the chance of falling is quite high. But yeah. Despite how icy the conditions are today, I'm really glad that I decided to take this little walk just for the lighting and the colours. It's an absolutely stunning day, and definitely glad that I brought you along and made this video. I did actually buy a quarter mist filter for my Pocket 3, and I've actually got an ND filter on there as well, so you may notice the difference. It does make quite a bit of difference. It's quite nice, and the mist filter especially, it softens the lights, and I think that sort of works better in low light and dark when it's like nighttime scenes. So if you've got plenty of lights around, then it really does pop. It's like sometimes that we have the best weather in the winter, although it's not sunny. Just look at these blue skies and the contrast and the longer shadows and all those sort of things. It just really, I find inspiring. Now, one thing I did touch upon in my last video was confidence in your brush strokes. and comes down to water control as well, which I think is one of the most important things that you can do with your watercolours. Just knowing how much water to put on your brushes. And I think one of the things that I like to do just to keep things nice and loose is to use a Hague brush, or Hake brush as it's known. It really does help to get plenty of water down, especially in the initial washes. And then I usually go to my mop brushes, which are quite large and they do hold plenty of water, so that does help. Just covering the white of the paper the first wash or two, and then once that's down and you're happy with the way things look, then that's when I move on to the smaller brushes just to get the finer details. And that's when I sort of mess around a little bit with detail, but just as long as you enjoy the process and not worry too much about the result. I know that sounds quite funny saying that, but once I've realised painting and not worrying about the end result, that's when my painting sort of improved quite a bit. So it is an important thing, it is an important part, and it's a mindset. So you've got to sort of paint as if you're not bothered about the end result. So you want to get the paint down and not worry too much about the details, and that really does make a difference. Just have a look at these buildings here. I'm sure they probably lived in, and you got this cottage as well on its own, which I did a video painting it plein air a few months ago. But that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.